Deep in the heart of the English countryside, surrounded by the natural world he loved, Dr. Edward Bach, a scientist and philosopher, perfected his life's work that was to revolutionize the way we look at health. Edward Bach, a noted doctor and homeopath, created a unique system of medicine, harnessing the healing properties of flowers and plants in his Bach flower remedies. His philosophy was simple but radical. He recognized, as many doctors do today, that attitude of mind plays a vital role in maintaining health and recovering from illness.
Behind all disease lie our fears, anxieties, our greed, our likes and dislikes. Let us seek these out and heal them, and with the healing of them will go the disease from which we suffer.
He realized that his patients' emotions were often the root cause of their illness. In many instances, improving their emotional well-being would send them on the road to recovery.
Treat the patient, not the disease.
It is this total, absolute focus on the mental state of the sufferer that makes Dr. Bach's approach to health so exceptional. His observations led him to the conclusion that certain types of people reacted in the same way to different illnesses and treatments. He categorized 38 negative emotions, such as guilt, terror, impatience, and resentment, as the building blocks of all our negative mental states. Dr. Bach found that energy held within certain plants specifically related to those human emotions. It was the search for these plants that took Dr. Bach out into the countryside of England and Wales. In Wales, he found impatiens and mimulus growing wild. He prepared the remedies and prescribed them according to the personality of his patients, with immediate and remarkable results. Between 1930 and 1934, Dr. Bach travelled all over England and Wales looking for new remedies to add to the first two. He had found and tested 19 remedies by the time he settled in Mount Vernon in 1934, and there he found a further 19 remedies to complete the series. It was during this time that Dr. Bach first called on Nelsons to aid him in his work. He would travel from Sotwell to London with a supply of mother tinctures so that Nelsons could prepare stock remedies for sale to the public. After 7 years of research, Dr. Bach announced that his work was complete. A year later, in November 1936, he died peacefully in his sleep. "60 years on, the 38 remedies are still carefully prepared according to his methods and instructions in the same house where he spent his latter years. The house, Mount Vernon, is known as the Bach Centre, and the remedies prepared there are the Bach flower remedies." John Ramsell worked with Dr. Bach's original assistants, Nora Weeks and Victor Bullen, and now he and his daughter, Judy Howard, are custodians of the legacy.
Dr. Bach was a great believer in simplicity, and before he died, he told his friends Nora Weeks and Victor Bullen how he wanted his work to continue after he'd gone. The Bach Centre exists to continue to uphold those promises that Nora and Victor made to Dr. Bach, promises to keep the work pure and simple and straightforward and available to everyone. We're a small team here at the Bach Centre. There are only 8 of us, and we personally prepare the mother tinctures for the Bach flower remedies each year. Many times we use the same locations that Dr. Bach himself chose back in the 1930s. We've always made these tinctures, and we always will, because that way we know they've been made properly, and that's how we can give the remedies our personal guarantee.
There are 2 methods of preparing the mother tinctures for the Bach flower remedies. Dr. Bach devised the sun method to prepare 20 of the remedies. Delicate blooms are picked at their peak and left for 3 hours in sunlight to transfer their energy into spring water. The remaining 18 remedies are prepared using the boiling method. The flowering parts are boiled for half an hour, also in spring water. The resulting energized liquid is mixed with an equal quantity of 40% brandy to produce the mother tincture.
It was Dr. Batch's greatest wish to see the remedies in every home throughout the world. We used to bottle up the mother tinctures into stock bottles and send them off from Mount Vernon, but because of the limited access and space here, there came a point when we simply couldn't fill and pack enough bottles to supply the needs of everyone who wanted them. That's why we re-established our ties with Nelson's to bottle and distribute the remedies so that everyone could have the chance to heal themselves and the people around them, just as Dr. Batch wanted.
The original pharmacy that Dr. Batch used to visit is still there today. Robert Wilson, managing director of Nelson's, is justly proud of his company's heritage.
Nelson's is 135 years old.